Today we're going to be making the snowman family out of clay from the dollar store. So, let's get to it! So I started off with some clay from the dollar store. I sliced it open, ripped a chunk off, and rolled it into a ball. I took a little bit of a smaller chunk than the last and rolled that, and then a third piece a little bit smaller and rolled again. And here are my 3 different size balls. I stacked them on top of each other, being careful not to distort the shape. I took some wire and cut off a few pieces. I bent one of the pieces straight and left the other one slightly curved. I took the straight one right down the middle of the 3 clay balls, connecting them. And then the curved one through the middle of the middle ball for future twig arms. I gave the clay some texture with a toothpick, but it was unnecessary, as you will see later. I took a bit of orange polymer clay and made a carrot nose. Well, 3 of them, since this was going to be a snowman family. I stuck the carrot into the clay while it was still soft, just to give it a base to be glued in afterwards, and then took it out right after. And here he is, all dried after 24 hours. I had a happy accident and found out crazy glue makes air-dried clay stronger. So I coated the whole thing in just a thin layer. And here are the other 2. So I just used an acrylic white paint and gave it 2 coats. After he was all dry, I used a thin layer of Mod Podge and then sprinkled some white glitter all over him. And then used some more acrylic paint and painted his little twig arms brown. I mixed up some 5-minute epoxy glue and put a thin layer all over the arms. Once it's dry, it gives a bit of a glass look. I glued in the little carrot nose and also put a little thin layer of epoxy glue over top of the carrot, just to give it that glass look again and make it a little harder than the polymer clay. I painted up some flat beads black for the eyes and mouth, and different colors for the buttons. And epoxy glued those on as well. Now for the top hat, I used a piece of cardboard and drew a circle and an inch wide strip. I got this faux leather from the dollar store and decided to use the black color for the top hat. I did some more tracing and cutting out. I used a little bit of crazy glue and then glued the leather onto the cardboard. I folded the edges over piece by piece and then did the same with the strip. I glued all 3 pieces together and surprise, surprise, I made a top hat. I cut a part of a sleeve from an old shirt to make a toque. I glued the ends together, then brought the top of the hat together section by section. I found a pom-pom that I had and trimmed it down a bit and glued it on top. I found some more black fabric lying around and I made another toque. And here are all my hats for the little snowmen. I wanted to make some mitts for the snowmen, so I used the same materials and traced out a mitt shape. Cut it out and glued the ends together. I painfully shoved a bit of stuffing inside of the mitts just to puff them up a bit. Then glued the end shut. And here are all my cute little mitts. I also made some scarves for the snowman, which were really easy to do just by folding over the fabric. And just glued on all the accessories that I'd made for the snowman. I used the 5-minute epoxy glue to pretty much glue everything down on the snowman, just to make it really secure. And here is my snowman dad, snow woman mom, and snow child little girl. I wanted to put them on a piece of wood to make them more sturdy. So I banged up a piece of wood that I found in the shed to make it look old, stained it up, and put a coat of polyurethane on it. Now, because I decided to make this for a friend of mine, I burned their names into the wood to personalize it a bit more. I wanted to have some drips of snow hanging off the wood, so I made some drips and piles with the hot glue gun, painted them white, and used some white glitter on them as well. And now is the final moment where I started to glue everything down. And here's the snowman family all ready for Christmas. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button for any upcoming videos. Comment below if you have any tips or tricks or any ideas for my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching!